The morning rush at Sammy's diner was nothing new. Waitresses hustled between booths. Coffee steamed from ceramic cups and chatter filled the air. Rachel, a kind but exhausted waitress in her mid-30s, worked 2 jobs to support her teenage son. She was soft-spoken, always polite, and knew most of her customers by name. Asterisk that day. It's a man in an expensive suit, Mr. Carl Hensley. Impatient and self-important, sat at a booth and barely looked up when Rachel greeted him. His tone was sharp, his order demanding. When his coffee came a little late, he sneered, "You people can't even do a simple job right." Asterisk Rachel, maintaining her calm, softly apologized and explained they were short-staffed that morning. But Carl was already raising his voice. Other customers began to look over, embarrassed, uncomfortable. Asterisk at the far end of the diner, near the window, a quiet elderly man had been watching the whole thing. Dressed in a worn jacket and sipping slowly on black coffee, Mr. Bennett had said little since arriving. But when Carl stood up, red-faced and demeaning Rachel loudly in front of everyone, the old man slowly stood. Asterisk, he walked over and placed a single $100 bill on Rachel's tray, and turned to Carl. Asterisk, some people show their wealth with money. Others show it with dignity. Asterisk, Carl scoffed. Mind your business, old man. Asterisk, Mr. Bennett gave a half-smile. It is my business, because this is my diner. A lesson served hot. Asterisk, the diner fell silent. Oh. Rachel looked stunned. Carl blinked, unsure if he had heard right. Asterisk, yes, Mr. Bennett said, turning to the other diners. I'm Walter Bennett, the original founder. I stopped in to see how things were running. But I didn't expect to find someone trying to humiliate one of my best employees. Carl stammered, trying to justify his actions. But Walter raised a hand. Rachel's been here 10 years. She's raised a son, worked 2 jobs, and never missed a shift. You judged her because your coffee took 2 extra minutes. Asterisk, Carl suddenly looked much smaller. People were murmuring, nodding, even clapping lightly. Asterisk, Walter turned to Rachel and said, "Take the rest of the day off. You deserve it." Then to the entire diner, "Lunch is on me today. Not because of him, but because of her." Asterisk, Carl quietly grabbed his coat and left without another word. Word spread quickly across town and online. A wealthy investor publicly shamed for his arrogance. Kind waitress defended by a quiet man with true power. Asterisk, weeks later, Rachel was promoted to shift manager. Her son received a scholarship funded anonymously, but she had a pretty good idea who was behind it. Mr. Bennett never made a big deal about it, just kept sitting at the window, sipping coffee, and watching kindness being served.